I'm going to Walter Reed Hospital. I think I'm doing very well.
Right now at 11 o'clock, hospitalized with COVID-19, President Trump walks to Marine One and is airlifted to Walter Reed National Medical Center after testing positive for coronavirus. The road ahead and the scramble to track down anyone who could have been exposed. Good evening, everyone. I'm David Ushery.
And I'm Natalie Pasquarella. The eyes of the world are on our nation's capital tonight as President Trump undergoes treatment for COVID-19 in a military hospital. The stunning news raising concerns about the president's health and threatening to create chaos now just 32 days before the election.
Let's give you a live look right now at both Walter Reed and the White House. The president admitted to the hospital just a few hours ago. This outside Walter Reed. The First Lady also testing positive. She's in isolation at the White House. And we've got you covered on all angles on this story, which continues to change tonight. Our chief investigative reporter, Jonathan Deese, is in the newsroom. Jonathan, what do we know about the president's condition?
The 74-year-old president is now hospitalized, experiencing symptoms. He's been given an experimental drug to try to help his body fight off the virus. 17 hours after the world learned he tested positive, President Trump tonight emerged from the White House, stepping past the cameras, knowing the future of his campaign and his presidency, for now, will be led from a hospital wing. The president, wearing a mask, giving a thumbs up and a wave, slowly walked across the White House lawn. Approaching the stairs, he gave a salute. And while boarding Marine One, he tapped the railing 3 times. The nation watched the liftoff from the White House grounds and the short flight. The president en route for what White House officials say is a precautionary hospital stay. Several days of medical testing, observation, and any needed treatment. After the 10-minute flight, Marine One landed at Walter Reed. The president was seen walking down the stairs for his limousine ride to be admitted. Moments later, the White House released a video recorded earlier to offer reassurance.
I think I'm doing very well, but we're going to make sure that things work out. The First Lady is doing very well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will never forget it. Thank you.
The president is suffering from fatigue and a low-grade fever after both he and the First Lady tested positive. Earlier, Trump's chief of staff.
They remain in good spirits. The president does have mild symptoms.
At Walter Reed, Trump will work from private offices while getting medical care. The White House doctor today did say the president got an experimental antibody cocktail by Regeneron, intended to try to boost his immune response. Medical experts say given the president's age and weight, there is concern, especially in the next 5 to 7 days.
It's definitely not something where we can kind of blow this off as, this is definitely going to be a mild or close to asymptomatic disease. He has a serious chance of having complications.
The First Lady staying at the White House, suffering from a cough and headache. Trump's son Eric tweeted, "The president is a warrior who will fight through this with the same strength and conviction that he uses to fight for America each and every day. I ask you to join me in praying for his recovery." President Trump has not always been open about his health. Not since President Reagan was shot has a president faced so serious a health crisis while in office.
History tells you to treat medical reports from the White House as at best incomplete.
With the nation likely waiting at least several more days to learn the medical outcome. The vice president is in Washington tonight. He has tested negative. The White House says President Trump remains in charge. David?
Jonathan Deese reporting in our newsroom. Jonathan, thank you. And now that the president has tested positive, contact tracers working to figure out who else could have been exposed. News 4's Adam Harding covering that. He's outside Trump Tower. Adam?
And David, breaking just minutes ago, the former counselor to the White House, Kellyanne Conway, confirming that she has now tested positive for COVID-19. She is now the 7th person to test positive in the last few hours from people who attended an event last weekend at the White House for the Supreme Court nominee. And tonight in Washington, they are trying to get in contact with anyone who may have been near the president or his inner circle to see if the virus could have reached them. Tonight, as the president is being treated at Walter Reed Hospital, it is a scramble in Washington to track down everyone who may have been exposed to the virus.
I fully expect that as this virus continues to go on, other people in the White House will certainly have a positive test result.
The president, First Lady, and top aide Hope Hicks all testing positive, seen traveling together to Tuesday's debate where the Trump family openly defied the mask mandate. The president even mocking his opponent on stage over COVID precautions.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
The president this week also traveling to a fundraiser in Minnesota and to his golf club in New Jersey, holding an event with donors even after learning his inner circle had been exposed.
As a leader, you know, you're supposed to have good behavior, and he didn't wear a mask. He didn't social distance.
Laura Whalen lost her husband to COVID. She lives just outside Trump's Bedminster resort. The White House insisting they were given the all clear.
It was deemed safe for the president to go. He socially distanced.
Also testing positive, at least 2 Republican senators on the Judiciary Committee, Mike Lee and Tom Tillis, who attended a ceremony last weekend for Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Tonight, New York Senator Chuck Schumer warning there may be more, calling it irresponsible and dangerous to move forward with a hearing.
I got two COVID tests this morning.
Meantime, presidential hopeful Joe Biden today testing negative for the virus.
Sending my prayers for the health and safety of the First Lady and President of the United States. This is not a matter of politics. It's a bracing reminder to all of us that we have to take this virus seriously.
Tonight, reaction from outside Trump Tower.
It's not surprising to me that we're here, and it's just surprising it's taking this long.
We're wishing him luck. I think it's a time where we could probably take the opportunity to draw closer together as a nation and show some humanity, whether you agree with him or not.
And tonight, President Trump's immediate family has tested negative for the virus, as has the vice president and the second lady, as you heard Jonathan mention. But there is growing fear tonight that the numbers will continue to grow for the staff inside of the White House and anybody else who may be connected to that circle. This is a stunning development now, just about 4.5 weeks away to November's election. We're live in Midtown. I'm Adam Harding, News 4 New York.
Indeed it is. All right, Adam, thank you. And one big question tonight, what happens if President Trump cannot fulfill his duties while sick with coronavirus? Well, the 25th Amendment states that if the president is unable to continue serving, Vice President Mike Pence would take over. Now, if both men are sick, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is third in line, followed by Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley. Now, as the president was being transferred to Walter Reed Medical Center, Joe Biden's team announced that it was pulling all negative campaign ads. But the Trump campaign is not matching that gesture. It says it's not going to be pulling its ads because Biden continued his attacks against the president today during a stop in Michigan. We want you to stick with News 4 for continuing coverage of President Trump's positive COVID case. We'll bring you the latest on air and online on our News 4 New York app as well.